Hello, parents. I am John Petty. I teach 7th grade ELA. This is my 8th year of teaching at Creighton Middle School and my 25th year of teaching. I will be in my ELA class this year, and I wanted to give you some information as to what will be expected this year. In my class, your child will be required to use Microsoft Teams as their primary academic source for materials and curriculum. We've been practicing this every single day. I do require that your child attend daily meetings in class, and your child knows those times when they need to meet. They're divided by blocks: A block, B block, C block, and D block. And there's also what is called an RTI time from 2 o'clock until 3:45. That RTI time is for students to do missing work, missing assignments, or get some help or that kind of thing. It's just anything they need help with, they can come during that RTI time and get assistance. I wanted to go a little bit into Microsoft Teams as what it is here, and I want to show you some information about Teams. So what I'm going to do is share with you a typical Teams page, and then let you know what goes on here. So here we go. You'll see my screen right now, and I am in Microsoft Teams. I'm in the video room. But if I were to go to my A block class, this is what your child will see. Okay, they'll see a screen that looks similar to this when they boot in. This is their general meeting area. Okay, this is their general classroom. If I have any announcements, I'll put them down here. If I have everything else, I'll just put them in here. But what they're going to do is, what's most important is they'll join their meetings here. So here's a meeting set up for today at today, and that will be their A block meeting, which I'm going to have in about a half an hour. But anyway, so what we want to look at is we want to look at this tab right here called their class notebook. This is important for you to know, because this is where they have everything that they need to be successful in my class. Okay, so if we go to their class notebook, what it's going to look like is this. You're going to get to a welcome screen. Everybody's notebook looks like this. Okay, you'll click right here on this navigation panel, and then it will give you the list of the students in my class, or for you guys, it'll just give their name. So for example, if I wanted to take a look at Caden Archie, her folder. Now there's nothing in this folder that is talks about grades or anything. So it's okay for me to show you this because it doesn't have anything. Everybody's folder looks the same. Okay, everyone looks the same. So I'm just showing you an example folder. Now, so if we look in this folder, it's broken down into many subfolders. There's one called assessments. There's one called notes and PowerPoints, reading materials, projects, assignments, class information, daily journal, Teams help, and individual progress reports. Now, these are all in here for these students to find various things that they might use in my class. For example, the one they'll use the most is probably the notes and PowerPoint section. If I go into notes and PowerPoints, you will see we've already discussed quite a bit of stuff this year. Subject and predicates. I've got class notes on that. I've got a plethora of things in here for them to look at, and they can use this when studying for their test. For example, say they would like a video on phrases and clauses. There it is right there. All they have to do is download it, and they can watch the video. They do not have to have internet access. Well, they do have to have internet access, but they don't have to have access to YouTube to do this, because I've already put it on here for them, so they don't need to do that. If they need to see some notes about subject and predicates, here they are right here. Okay, let's just do this. There. So this will see subjects and predicates. Okay, and this we did in class, so they will know what to do. If they want notes for the retake for the test that we gave out, here they are right here. Right here. This is what we went over in class. Okay, so these are their class notes. If they have an assignment that they need to do, you need to click up here on the assignment tab, and it will list the assignments that the children are required to turn into Microsoft Teams. Now, these are not the only assignments they have, okay? And we'll talk about the other assignments later, but these are the assignments they need to turn into Microsoft Teams. And when they click on this, it will give them specific instructions on how to turn it in, okay? Anyway, so this is kind of a quick overview of Microsoft Teams and what's in Microsoft Teams. You can do a lot with this. I mean, I can do a lot with it. It's really, really nice. It's a wonderful program. I don't use just Microsoft Teams though. So I'm going to take us out of this real quickly, and I'm going to show you some of the other programs that I use. Okay, so please bear with me while I take us out. Okay, out of that. Now, what I want to do is I want to share with you a few other programs that I use along with teaching. Okay. Okay, so now you can see my website or my Explorer up. Okay. One of the programs I use is what's called Vocabulary. Vocabulary is a place for kids to understand. It's a place where they can get a very child-friendly version of what we're studying. Okay, so when we were studying subjects and predicates, here's a video they can watch. It's got some rap music to it too. It's really kind of cool, and they can get some information. They practice working with specific vocabulary. They have games that they'll play in here, and they'll have a quiz that they take at the end. Okay. What I do is I average all the activities together and give them a grade on the overall process, okay, for each one of these. So you'll see in the grade book, you'll see vocabulary, dash, and then you'll see subject and predicates, or vocabulary, dash, sentence fragments. That's what I'm grading is these assignments here, okay? Vocabulary is a wonderful, wonderful review. You can use it to introduce also, but it works better as a review concept, okay? And it also reinforces everything that we've taught in the class. Another program I use is what's called Common Lit. This program right here is a reading program, and it's designed to give kids introductions to a variety of different types of texts. I can choose many different types of texts from the library. The library is massive. And I can set it up by genres. I do themes, literary devices, standards, languages. I can do different grade levels. So if your child is reading is a 7th grade student but reading on a 4th grade level, I can choose 4th grade level reading material, or I can change the articles to make it 4th grade level. So this is a really great program to have children read real text, answer questions that are quite complex, but not too complex as to blow them away. But they're very challenging, but they are fantastic. And these are the types of tests that you're going to see on the the test at the end of the year. Okay. So this is a really great tool for me to use. Another tool I use is what's called No Red Ink. And No Red Ink is a writing platform, but it's mostly help. What I use it for is how to have kids get help with grammar. They have great grammar activities in here that children can get interactive practice dealing with grammar and how specific parts of grammar work within sentences, and they can choose right and wrong answers. They can see and study. It gives them notes. It gives them all sorts of stuff and practice and quizzes on here. So that's one way that I might do it. So for example, if I wanted to teach kids about, let's say I wanted to teach them about fragments, sentence fragments. I can go down here, identifying dependent clauses. Is the thought a complete or incomplete thought? Identifying dependent clauses. I have a plethora of activities that I can introduce to them or have them do, and that will help reinforce the skills taught in the class. Okay, and they include practice and quizzes. Another program I use is quizzes. I create my own quizzes. And the quizzes themselves are a game for the kids. They love quizzes. And they basically compete against each other for the highest scores, or I can send it home as an independent assignment. But what it does is it's a graphic-based program that gets them to take quizzes and enjoy the quizzes and keep score and all sorts of fun stuff. So these are all various instructional tools that I use rather than just doing talk, which can get very boring. Finally, the last thing I wanted to talk about with you folks is checking your child's grade. And you guys have access to your child's grade 24 hours, 7 days a week. 7 days a week, 24 hours per day. Okay, so the way you get to it is you go to the Richland One website, which is www.richland1.org. Go down here on the left-hand side, and you will see what says Power School Parent Portal. When you click on this, it will give you the opportunity for a username and a password. I have given those usernames and passwords to your child. Okay, they have access to them. If you need a username or password, send me an email and I will give it to you. And you have access to that child's grades all the time. You can look at it whenever you want to look at it. I update grades fairly regularly, every 2 or 3 days. I get different grades in, and then you can see what your child's doing academically and the progress they're making academically or not making progress. Okay. I also want to encourage you to email me if you have a question. And if you need to email me, my email address is john.petty at richland1.org. Okay, so there you go. That's my email address. You are more than welcome to email me and I will respond to you immediately. Okay, I've emailed a lot of parents already this year, and I welcome an open chain of communication between us. Okay, we're in this for the same reason, which is to help your child get the best educational experience they can possibly get, and that's my goal. So feel free to contact me, and thank you very much. Have a nice day.